Rural to urban migration is a key driver for rapid population growth of secondary cities in sub-Saharan Africa. In developing countries, cities' build-up area has increased fourfold over the past 20 years. Much of this urban expansion has been disorderly, lacking adequate infrastructure, and oblivious to serious environmental concerns. As part of its Cities and Migration Program, the Cities Alliance supports 9 secondary cities in the Horn of Africa in addressing rapid growth through proactive participatory urban expansion planning. Urban expansion planning makes room for new residents and provides affordable space for housing, connectivity across the city, and attractive space for industries to invest and provide jobs. The program also helps city officials make realistic projections of urban land needs for future expansion beyond current city boundaries to ensure accessibility to their cities for the next 30 years of growth. In November 2020, Cities Alliance and its partners convened a regional dialogue with ministerial and city stakeholders from Ethiopia, Kenya, Somalia, and Uganda to discuss experiences, merits, and success factors of urban expansion planning. Knowledge the participating cities will use to implement the approach.
When we travel abroad, the one thing that we admire about the cities abroad is that they are planned. You're not going to find a factory in a residential area. You're not going to find a residential area in an industrial area. Yet here, this is the everyday experience. In Africa, the rate of urbanization right now stands at about 30%. In Uganda, the rate of urbanization hovers around the 20%. But what is true is that it is the most irresistible phenomenon that we are facing today. That whether we like it or not, the country is going to urbanize. Now the problem, what kind of urbanization are we going to have? Is it going to be planned urbanization, or is it going to be haphazard urbanizations that occurs without any guidance, without any planning, without any interventions?
We will never avoid to stay with the poor people in the cities. And therefore in our master planning, in our fiscal planning, we must always plan something for those categories. Because in one way or another, they also contribute to the socioeconomic transformation of the cities.
First of all, as a government, we are also supporting them on issues to do with the enforcement. So we are providing all the necessary support, although it is not adequate. We need to provide more. What we are providing now is within our means, but we are working together with the other different development partners to have the situation improved.
Whenever an area is planned, whenever the roads are provided, the value of the land appreciates. So we need to educate and sensitize the landowners that they should be willing to make land available. After all, the value of their land will appreciate.
It's what we are talking about, to plan for these cities. To plan for them not to be slum cities, what we expected at Ministry of Local Government. So the meeting and the dialogue of this nature has really met our expectation.
I see an opportunity for us to decongest our cities. I see an opportunity of people, instead of them all coming to the central business centers, they should be able to get the same services that they would have gotten in the center from the periphery, from the towns which are outside.
Cities that are going to be resilient and also livable. A city must be a living city, and it's a city that must cater for all its people.